What is up, you guys? It is your girl, Chat with BRI, and we are back with another episode on Chat with BRI podcast, where we keep it real, where we keep it raw cut and relatable. Today I have on my Snuggie. It's sweater weather. Sweater weather. Say it again, Brianna. It's sweater weather. Fall season is amongst us. Was it 80 degrees today in Boston? Yes. But I'm ready for the pumpkin spice. Okay? I'm ready for the chai lattes. I'm ready. The apple cider. The warm apple cider. Yeah. Anywho, you guys, apparently there was an error in uploading my video. I'm telling you, like, child, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I gotta upgrade the Wi-Fi with the Xfinity, because it's not Xfinity. Seriously, I upload and then it takes forever. I mean, I record and it takes forever to upload. That's annoying. So, anywho, you guys are gonna see in episode 23 that the outfit is day and night. So y'all know I'm always here typically chilling, relaxing. It's either a robe or, whatever. Yesterday I decided to put on a dress and go sit outside my fireplace, because when I sit outside by the fireplace, I like to have something very, like, when it's still like warm outside, like thin, because it feels comfortable, like loose, if you will. When it starts to get more colder, then I'll throw on like the cozy sweatpants and stuff like that. But when I sit outside and it's warm, I just like a little, dress or whatever, like with thin material, with my glass of wine and just, vibe it out. So that's what I did. And it never uploaded. So here we are in the Snuggie. Because, baby, when I got home from work, today was just like, it was just a lot of like behind this. It was just busy all over. But that's typical weekends, It was just so much going on. Front of the house, back of the house, everything. But nevertheless, a very productive good day. So, yeah, it was just a lot going on. I was super tired and super hungry. Let me tell y'all, I did the most dumbest. First of all, I didn't even ask how y'all day was. Hold on. Cause not me going off about my day. And I didn't even ask how your day was. How was your day? Was it a good day? Was it a bad day? Was it a bad moment? Or was it a bad day? I hope you guys had a great day. And if it wasn't so great, guess what? That's okay too. That's okay too, because you're human. You're only human. So, yeah. It was a lot going on today. And my day was good. It was a good day. I always try to see the good in my days, And it was a good day. It wasn't crazy. That's very interesting. It was a very good, non-chaotic day. It was just busy. And that says a lot. Like, I didn't feel like I was in chaos. I just felt like I was busy. That says a lot. That's all I have to say. But Yeah, guys, when I got home, oh yeah, let me tell you what I did for lunch. Because the guys at my job, I don't think a lot of guys eat too healthy. From what I observed, there are not a lot of men, from what I have observed, okay, because I know there are some men who prioritize their health. There are a lot of men who don't. And a lot of the men that I work with, they enjoy them some McDonald's. Now, keep in mind, I love McDonald's fries. Judge me, you got me. Boom. Okay? I love their fries, but I don't get it, all the time. But, McDonald's has a new sauce. Right? They got a new sauce. And I wanted to try it because, fun fact about me, I love the sweet and sour sauce at McDonald's. I have always loved that as a kid. This is gonna sound so incredibly crazy, but I will never even, and so incredibly fat, so incredibly big back as well. But I will never forget the first time I tried the sweet and sour sauce as a kid. It just brings back memories. That's how long McDonald's really been around. And the fact that, I hope they really, no, they probably didn't. I was about to say, the fact that they've been around so long and they are still able to get away with all these different ingredients in their food is crazy. The fries ain't even that good. I mean, the fries are good to me. The fries aren't even the healthiest, But anywho, nevertheless, that's how long the sweet and sour sauce been around, since I was a kid. So I love McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. So one of my colleagues was telling me how they got this new sauce. A couple of them were saying they got a new sauce. I'm like, okay, well, I don't eat nothing else there, but I eat the fries. I do like the breakfast too. I just get an egg and cheese McGriddle. Typically I get that when I'm traveling. There's no Starbucks. We're gonna get egg and cheese McGriddle from McDonald's. Cloud Daddy. Anywho, so I go up to the kiosk. Boom. I gets the sauce. And I'm excited to try this sauce. Now, this is my lunch. Yeah, this is my lunch. I chose to have a large fry. Because I figure okay, something a little sustainable. And some sauce for lunch. What was I thinking? That was a terrible lunch decision. When I say that did not hold me over, and it was a large. But it's the fact that it was just fries. There was no nutrition, there was nothing. And someone like myself who's used to having some type of something. I rarely go a day without eating fruit. And if I do, then I'm eating vegetables. Or if I am not eating my vegetables and something, then I took my vitamins. There is some type of nutrition throughout my day. Me just eating them fries. And then for my breakfast, I decided to have a big breakfast. Well, a big breakfast to me. I had the little mini waffles and I made some scrambled eggs, right? Bro, none of that. About time, because that was 7 in the morning. Okay? Then I had lunch, it was 1 o'clock. The lunch, the fries. Oh my gosh. I felt like I was about to pass out. Dizzy. I said, oh hell no. Jersey Mike's immediately after work. What? I will never do that again. That's not a lunch. Fries is not a lunch. Obviously, I know this, but, in the moment, was it worth it? Yeah. It was worth it because that sauce was good. The little McChicken sauce, the little orange pack. It was real good. but won't be doing that again. That's crazy as hell. I can't believe I did that. Like, when I say I'm in the bathroom, it's spinning. I said, oh no, I need to drink some water. What is going on? So yeah, I'm in my Snuggie. It was a little vibe yesterday by the fireplace. I love to sit by the fireplace, but only thing I don't like, I think I mentioned this in that video, you guys are gonna probably hear that, is the fact that the pool, the fireplace, is in the center of everybody's patio, balcony. So you could just be outside chilling, vibing, trying to do your own little 1, 2, 1, 2, and somebody on their balcony watching you. Like, what? Like, I don't know. I really, really do love my privacy. So I'm grateful, I'm grateful for the space that I am in. But the privacy, minimal, poquita, okay? But, God is still good. God is still good. This Snuggie, I recommend it 1,000%. 1,000%. Get a Snuggie. Get a Snuggie. It's getting cold. Get a Snuggie. I've never owned a Snuggie. Literally. I've always seen the little commercials about them. Oh, Snuggies, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, that look cozy. Leave it at that. But Boston, I wish I had this last year. When it gets cold out here, I need y'all to understand it gets cold. Yeah, like, and I'm not playing this year. I'm not doing it. Like last year, oh, wow. Last year was like, oh my gosh. It was so cold, it made me mad. That's how cold it was. Anyhow, I feel good. I feel good, and I have no complaints. Let everything be in God's will and God's purpose. And if it's not in his will, and if it's not in his purpose, I always ask to please remove it. That's simple. That's simple. It's not rocket science. If it's not his will and it's not his purpose, be gone. Right? That's really it. It's nothing more to it but to do it. Oh man. I have to fold clothes, and I think I'm gonna do that before I start to fully decompress for the day. Oh, I had a very successful TikTok live this morning. Sorry, my stomach is like, I had a very successful TikTok live this morning. It's just too easy nowadays, man. It's crazy. Honestly, it is very crazy. Like TikTok, I don't care what nobody say. And this may sound harsh, but this is the reality. These times are the reality. Is the reality, essentially. If you mean to tell me there is an app, a platform where you can possibly, right? Possibly, there's the possibility of getting paid and you're not going to try to do that, but y'all will go outside in the street and do X, Y, and Z. Or some people just like to have guaranteed income, which is cool. That makes perfect sense. I'm with that 1,000%. But if there's an opportunity to get money, go for it. Okay, don't. I don't know. I feel like these times really separate people for the better. Honestly, okay. That's you don't care to do all of that. Okay, but these people do. So you naturally fall in line with your crowd. You're gonna naturally fall in line. This is not like oh well, these people are into this and I'm into that, and they don't really do this and I do that. It's like you're gonna naturally fall in line. Laziness, that naturally is going to reveal itself. And then let's be for real, you may not always want to, that may not be your thing. So just because you don't want to do it, that's not a bad thing either. You know? Like, it's not a bad thing that you don't want to go live, like, or you don't want to, your face, you may not be as that much of an outgoing person. So that's okay too. That's okay too, right? Because I get that too. But not when there's a platform where you don't even have to show your face. Yo, they making it too easy. You don't even have to show your face. So you mean to tell me if you know how to draw, you could just have the camera over and then, yeah. They're making it too easy. Let me tell y'all why this morning was so successful for me. Because first things first, I normally go live when I'm working out, right? When I'm working out, I normally go live. And it's normally really good. Like, it inspires people. You know, I always have good messages while I'm talking or whatever. Boom. Bruh, this morning wasn't the morning. I wasn't working out this morning. It was a little rough getting out of bed. It was. But, I did it. You know what I mean? Like, I did it. Like, I got out of bed. And I tried to be slick. I said, you know what? People actually live stream and go to sleep. I said, what if I just turn on live and I go back to sleep? Because who's watching me? TikTok said, we detect inactivity. I said, oh, so you guys monitor. Yeah, no, they want to make sure you actually up there doing what you're supposed to be doing so you could get the money on, because they're not going to pay you for nothing, right? Anywho. So I said, all right, I'm not gonna lie, I still did that. I just kept moving so it could I just kept moving so it could kind of think that I'm like being active on live. Trying to trick the system. Anywho, I was really tired. And then I said, you know what? Let me just get up. Let me get up and start being productive. But I was so not in the mood to go to work. Mind you, maybe because I had such a good chill night, like I wasn't trying to go to work. Anywho, I said, okay, I'm not taking the Snuggie off. That's what I said to myself this morning. I said, I'm not taking the Snuggie off. And you know what? I'm not taking the pants off neither. I said, I got them on now. I got the plaid pants. So it's real matchy. It's giving I'm really at home. Like, it's giving I'm off the market. Oh my gosh. Like, what? No. So the Snuggie stayed on. The pants stayed on. And, I wiped my face. I was clear. The face was clear. No crust, no nothing on my face. And, I went live. And I cooked me some food. And I had Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu and Floetry playing on the Alexa. You gotta be quiet. You can't say her name too loud, but can't see, but she highlights when she hear her name. Y'all know how Alexa do. Anywho, yeah, I had that playing, and it was a vibe. We talking 500 views. We talking, people coming in and staying for a little bit, and they left, but they still liked the live. So 1,000 likes, and I know y'all like, how does that add up? Exactly. Because when you exit out of live, it'll give you your metrics. It literally said, actually it wasn't, I'm lying, it wasn't 500, it was 455. Close, right? 1,000 likes. So that means people came, they didn't stay the whole duration, but they liked it. And I was actually vibing. I was talking to the people how I talk to y'all, talking to them. And it was a vibe. Like I said, it was a vibe. We talking about rent. Started talking about rent, all kinds of stuff. They see my cat in the background, picking Basil up, They saying, oh, I love your cat, blah, blah, blah. Like, we having a full-blown conversation, and that's what it is. People like real authenticity because it's already a lot of fake shit in the world anyway. That's why I come up here and I'm just me. I'm just talking like how we talking, whatever. That's why, because every day, almost all the time, let's be for real here, okay? We're surrounded by fake energy all the time because we are in these spaces where there's set structures in place and people are literally in fear to be themselves because they don't know how someone may react. They don't know if HR may get involved. They don't know. It's just constant. And then it's like, oh my God, it's draining, right? It's draining. So when I go on my platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, Apple, I'm not going up there with this whole like overly professional, baby. This my shit. I'm chilling. Because I know this is going to make me money. And I'm not doing it for the money. Actually, I am. Let's be for real. Like, I am if I would. Why else? You should be. You know what I mean? We all, how people say, I'm not doing it for the money. Yes, I am. I really am. But I really do love this shit. I love to lead, to motivate, and to inspire. I love that. Oh, it just makes me, let me tell you, I'm so deeply connected to leading, motivating, and inspiring other people. Why? Because I've been through a lot in my lifetime in regards to finding my way, finding my path. And if I was able to still, rise above, anybody can do it, no matter the circumstance. So I enjoy it. And, I enjoy the eras too, because the era for me, right, was, let me tell you, y'all know the era, my dating era. For those who was on Chat with BRI, when she used to have a glass of wine every night on her videos, that was a time, baby. The story times. Actually, it wasn't really even story times. Look at this, honey. Food is in my nail. Like, And one thing about it, not so much on me because, she got more girls with long nails. They don't keep it clean. I just ate. Not too much, please. I'm not at work. I'm at home. I just ate. When I wash my hands, I go. Not too much. Anyhow. Yeah, like, I don't even know where I left off. Long story short, y'all. When I come on these platforms, I'm me. I was getting somewhere. I was saying something else. I forgot because that literally distracted me. But yeah, like being yourself. Matter of fact, who just said this? Lex P. Lex P. She said, God is good. She said, I am sitting in my brand new house. We just made an episode on Poor Minds. We just uploaded an episode on Poor Minds. She said, I'm coming up here not to be boastful or bragging, but she came up on TikTok and she said, being yourself will take you far. Being who you are will take you far. And that's the truth. That is the God honest truth. Like, be who you are. That's it. Really, it's nothing to it but to do it. Be who you are. Because that is what's gonna hold the longevity. That's what's gonna pay. That's what's gonna hold the value. I'm telling you. The most valuable thing is your time. Flat out. So, no bullshit, because it sounds real cliche, but use it wisely. Use it wisely, guys. It don't matter how long it take. You'll stay on that job 10 years, 20 years for a pension. So you're not gonna make a couple of videos doing the things you love to do. It does not matter what it is to see just a little profit. Because you can't lie. It's kind of nice to not work so incredibly hard. Blood, sweat, and tears. It's kind of nice to actually do things you love and get paid for it. Don't trick yourself out your spot. Word. Don't trick yourself out your spot. It's too easy nowadays. It's too easy. Now, is being a content creator easy? No. Far from easy. What? It requires consistency. But the access that you have is crazy. We went from having to apply to a job, get hired, or have an interview, and then get hired, to picking up a phone, this is the remote, to picking up the phone, holding it like this, and creating. I'm gonna say that again, because that might have went over y'all heads, right? Because it's like, yo, Brig, you so dramatic. No, I'm gonna say it again. We went from applying to a job, having to wait for someone to call you back for an interview, passing the interview, and then getting hired. Do y'all see the steps, the order of operation right there? So here's the phone, pick up the phone, press record. You're a creator. And the beauty, let me tell you, the beauty of content creation is that it doesn't just stop there. It stops there if you want it to be. If that's all you want to do, then yeah, it'll stop there. But it doesn't just stop there. Is Kai Cenat still making videos in his car in the Bronx? Is Mr. Beast still making videos in his basement? Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on now, because last time I checked, he giving water back to Flint. So that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't just stop there. You are a creator. Anything you like to do, you can do that shit. I have a good job. For those who watch y'all know I have a great job. And I still get up here. Because this is mine. This is something that I will own. Yeah, I'm going hard about mine. Yeah, I am. And it doesn't just stop here. For those who know, I am really into health and wellness, and there's so much more to come. But this is where it starts. Don't trick yourself out your spot. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anywho, it would have been nice to have a little glass of wine, but I think I'm gonna do that once I get off the camera. I love to decompress. One thing about it though, it sounds so crazy, but I do really need. Oh, y'all, wait, let me tell y'all real quick. Hold on. Before I let that out. I was watching this really good movie. I did find me a movie. Your girl found her a movie, okay? Because I don't be binge watching. And I'm trying to, watch TV. Because I'm always fucking working. And then I'm on my phone, uploading content, scrolling, X, Y, Z. So, I found me a movie and it was good. It was good, y'all. It was called, what was it called? Don't Let Go. Don't Let Go on Netflix. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. You know why it's the 10 out of 10? I'm gonna tell you why. It was a 10 out of 10 because it reminded me of Deja Vu with Denzel Washington. That's why it was a 10 out of 10. Excuse me. Yeah, so it was a 10 out of 10. And it was just it was a really good movie. Like, really, really good. And it also just made you think afterwards, too, like, what you're doing now will impact your future. Like, it's a good movie. Go check it out. I still want to find me a series. To watch. But I found a movie, so that's good. Is this the lipstick? Oh, okay. No, because I seen a commercial. What is going on with that? With Louis Vuitton lipstick. To hell with that. The perfumes. Now, they're expensive, though. They real expensive. But it's Louis Vuitton. Right? Anywho, y'all, I'm about to relax, honey. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And any message, let me tell you, somebody is going to get the message. That's what I love. I think I've said this before. It doesn't matter if there's a small amount of viewers, a large amount of viewers, somebody is going to get the message. And that's called having an impact. That's called leading by example. That's called somebody's going to get it and they're going to help change the world as well. And that's where it starts. Little by little, you have to create that impact. Because the thing is, you don't know who people know. So to you, it's like, oh, I'm just getting this message out and a few people grasp it. But then it becomes a domino effect. And then now, something that they learned from someone else, they're teaching their children that. And now your characteristics that motivated or inspired someone is now in that person. And then it just keeps going. And that is the beauty, oh my gosh, the beauty of life. Oh my gosh. Y'all take it for granted. Don't take this for granted. Don't take this for granted. I get so emotional just thinking about it. I get emotional even, this is why I was just about to get off, but This is why I stay so on my journey, because I already know. I know people don't think this deep into things. They're just so busy going with the flow, going with life. And, sometimes you need to sit and reflect. From moving out to Boston, what I've learned is that America is greedy. Greedy. Let me tell y'all something. Is no amount of money that's gonna buy you happiness. I know that's controversial. I know it's controversial. I know it's like, to hell if it ain't, I know it is. But hear me. Trust me. Trust the salesperson. No amount of money is gonna buy you happiness. That comes from within. And if you're having a hard time trying to navigate through that happiness and find the happiness, find that joy, just look at the now. Be grateful for the now. But one thing about it, and two things for sure, don't take this for granted. What Luther Vandross say? Never too much, never too much. All right, y'all, I'm out. Listen, I'm about to decompress. Enough of all this mushy stuff. Y'all gonna enjoy y'all night. Why I sound like I'm a DJ? All right, y'all, look, we about to close out. Last call. Say now. Toodaloo. Stay tuned for the next episode.